Mike O'Mara Radio Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop Amazon, and when you do, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon link on our website. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this program. Now, on with the show.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Before we introduce our wonderful guest, because we want to do that right at the opening of the show today, I have to share with our listening audience a bit of a dilemma and a bit of the fact that men are lost without their women. Okay, so the fact of the matter is that we are taping the show an hour early.
Whoa.
Yes. And the fact of the matter is all the guys are here. They've worked diligently to modify their schedule to my schedule to be here early so that at the conclusion of the broadcast, I can beat feet, get to the airport, and fly up this weekend to see my beautiful daughter in the starring role in Steel Magnolias, which debuted last night at the University of Maryland.
Any early reviews back? Have you heard from her?
Haven't gotten anything. Talked to her before. Have not talked to her afterwards. I would assume she's still dormir.
I love the fact that you're part of the international jet set, and after the show, you're jetting off to see a show.
To the theater.
Carla had left to go visit her mother and make a week of it to see her mother up in Northern Virginia, and Carla and I will be rendezvousing this evening for dinner with my daughter, my youngest daughter,
That's
and
the plan.
we will go see the show. Mm-hmm. The plan was for me to tape the show early so that I can be all ready to go with the car loaded up, and that's where the breakdown occurred. And it occurred to me that something that I have completely become accustomed to, which is my wife preparing for our trips, is something that
You mean you awoke and you weren't packed?
Yeah, look,
Mama wasn't there to pack you.
Listen, I'm a grown man. I've been single. I've traveled solo. I've done this. I haven't done it in quite some time. I should point out, and Rob, you should take note of this.
All right.
More than anyone else.
I'll give you a pen.
That my relationship with Mrs. O'Mara, I think a while back, officially became the longest relationship with a woman that I've ever had.
That's true.
So
that is very true.
I thought you were going to say that it officially became a caregiver relationship.
That's what I was waiting on, yeah.
No, it will be 14 years that we've been together. It will be 14 years this coming October.
As a 20-year veteran of marriage, I applaud you, but I think it's
I'm
also
not a 20-year
cute.
veteran. It's not marriage. It's just that we've been together. The marriage is 7 years, I think.
7 is also cute.
7 years. So half of that we kind of shacked up together. So
Living in sin.
Still in college.
I think I'm going a really long way to explain the fact that I'm woefully unprepared. You will see that I'm wearing kind of a non-Florida shirt today because I'm planning to travel to the Great White North.
You're going north.
And basically when you move to Florida full time, one of the great things about living in this state is that you can wear pajamas all the time.
Or you cut off all your sleeves when you arrive.
You wear a workout shirt, you wear a golf shirt, and you wear shorts, and you wear sandals.
Shorts.
And you wear them, no, not clingy shorts, thank you.
Okay.
Rayon.
You wear that all day. So
Right.
when you're preparing for, going to the Great White North, there's clothing that you have to deal with, and I'm not really prepared.
Let me tell you something that will actually ease your mind at this point.
All right.
Because even though she's not there to help you,
Yes.
sometimes a partner of 20 years will do things to hinder you. And at least you don't have anything working. You know what Carrie's best move is on the night before a trip? Is just about time for bed, say maybe 10:30. I will go upstairs to see a freshly turned out laundry basket of clothes on the bed. She will pull them from the dryer, still warm, still smelling of a
Ready
bounce.
to be folded by you.
Ready to be full, and boom, there is a mountain of clothes on the bed. And I say, Carrie, this is not helping because
here's
this
the problem.
This is preventing progress.
The problem is that I was tardy, and time got away from me. I'm here with the dogs.
Oh, they're nice.
And so I've got to do that routine. I woke up at about 4 a.m. and then went right back to sleep and then got up at 6:15. 6:15 is getting up early for me. Usually it's 5:45 to 6 is when I awaken, and we're an hour ahead of schedule, so I'm even more behind the 8 ball. I get the dogs taken care of, make my own breakfast, which I thought was wonderful.
What did you make?
How dare you?
What did you make?
A couple of eggs and some yogurt. You know, some Ben and Jerry's frozen Greek yogurt.
Man, very good.
Like
meal.
I eat every morning. It's either the Heath Bar Crunch ice cream for breakfast, or it's the Greek blueberry and graham cracker crust yogurt.
Oh,
That's
delicious. That's a good omelet.
Sean, they still sell them?
That's a great breakfast yogurt.
That's a
right there.
delicious breakfast. No, so the long and short of the reason I'm telling you this entire story is that I am not quite prepared. And
Will you make your flight?
No, that's not the point I'm trying to make here.
Are you wearing pants?
I am.
Great question.
Sean Greenwood, there is a reason you, my friend, are the grand poobah
Checking in, right?
of PR, because this man, Sean Greenwood for Ben & Jerry's, has just identified what I've been trying to tell you. I am doing this show from my home in my boxer shorts. And I don't mind.
Wow.
There it goes.
Do not stand up.
We gotta twirl.
No.
That's enough.
There you go.
It's a family establishment.
Wow.
There it is. I'm
Suddenly
sorry I
I'm
had
thinking
to
maybe
share
you
that.
had a mushroom omelet.
Yes.
Whoa.
Stop. Hell, that's
Where
not.
does
Is that a
it say
penis
that?
joke?
Whoa.
No, far from it.
12. Hey, is that a checkered print?
The box shoes?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
No, it's a
Oscar.
leopard.
Thanks for that incredibly.
Yeah, you know what? It's a good.
noticed that.
Now
I
that
don't
we've
even
gone
know the
high
word.
def on the Skype, it's a good use of it.
Oh, did I just go high def on the Skype?
No,
That
I'm
means
just
the
talking
new-
about technology
Are
in
those
general.
tailored boxers?
No, they're not tailored boxers. There's the cheapest kind you can get.
They
to be
look
perfectly
great. I
honest
like
with you.
them.
They really do.
I got them from one of our fine sponsors.
Great.
Anyway, so that's where we are right now.
Pantsless.
Well, it's a good medium to remain seated.
Pants off, dance off.
I got a new pair of jeans and a new pair of hard shoes. I got my new distilled jeans
Nice.
that I'm going to be wearing up north, and I actually went out to a store to buy some hard shoes.
Hard shoes.
Beautiful hard shoes with buckles, or do they zip up?
Wingtips.
Do they zip up the side?
No,
do you have
the
these days?
shoes that I bought, actually, you're going to laugh your asses off.
Oh,
But
do they
anyway,
look
since I've
a little
completely
infirmed?
completely humiliated myself, I will. I don't mind mentioning the brand because,
Yes!
frankly, I walk a lot of miles in
Yes.
airports and I want to be comfortable. So
What's
that's
the
all
brand?
there is to it. Well, let's just say Rob Spiewak. We used to have a coworker that wore the same brand.
I know what
Somewhat
you mean.
random.
Yes. At least they're not
Begins-
prescription.
Begins with an R. If you're ever in Maine, right around a beautiful town called Camden, I recommend stopping
wait.
by
Oh, yeah.
Rockport, Maine. Rockport
Yes,
is a beautiful.
of course. What they do, Mike, is, and you know, to call them
Rockport is a quality shoe, Mike.
But
It's a
to call-
quality shoe, but let me just say
call
this:
them
is there,
hard shoes is not exactly.
I
right.
know, but they look like it.
They do.
Well, here's the problem: why does Rockport have to put their name on the heel, on the back of the heel? Why do you have to tell? Look, you
To
could fake it if
identify
you're
the
wearing-
corpse.
All right, you can start the show now, and then we'll bring Sean in. Thank you.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Are you employed, Mr. Lebowski?
Wait, let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Are you employed, sir?
Employed?
You don't go out looking for a job dressed like that, do you? On a weekday?
Is this what day is this?
Well, I do work, sir. So if you don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it. Yes, that's your answer. That's your answer to everything. Tattoo it on your forehead. Your revolution is over, Mr. Lebowski. Condolences. The bum's lost. My advice to you is to do what your parents did. Get a job, sir. The bums will always lose. Do you hear me, Lebowski?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
We are live from the Pfeiffer Studios in Washington, D.C. The Mike O'Mara Show is on the air. The Mike O'Mara Show, a national podcast and radio show with an incredibly loyal following around the world. TMOS listeners get it, and if you're here, so do you. You can reach us at 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673 or MikeO'MaraShow.com. Online, on air, on now. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Today brought to you by Texture.
Texture.
Yeah. You know, Rob and I were talking about the fact that we were reading Esquire, or at least I was reading Esquire with James Corden, who a lot of people like on the cover.
Golden boy.
It's one of the many magazines that you can get with Texture. They have totally reimagined magazines. It's the app that gives you unlimited access to over 200 magazines. My Fave, Esquire, Vanity Fair, Us Weekly, Rolling Stone, Newsweek, all of them. You just go on and on. Over 200 of them. The Texture app is totally searchable, so you can enjoy all the articles you want to read, plus daily recommendations, exclusive interactive features, videos, and more. Texture is normally $9.99 a month, but if you sign up right now at texture.com/TMOS, you can get a 14-day free trial. Why subscribe to just a couple of magazines when you could have all of them on your smartphone or tablet all the time for way less? Because you can share it with your family.
Yes.
Right now, Texture offering our listeners a 14-day free trial when you go to texture.com/TMOS. That's 14 days to try Texture absolutely free when you go to texture.com/TMOS. Get busy reading more for way less. That's texture.com/TMOS, and we thank you. So we got that out of the way, and Oscar, I sent you a text message.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
I don't know if you
Appreciate
got
it.
Have you ever done a show in your boxers before? I'm thinking back. We've been together a long time, and I can't remember.
No, it was by choice because I got a new pair of jeans, and I don't want to sit here and
you
and
gotta
stretch
break
them out
'em
during
in.
the show. I want to breathe.
I know
a little
how
bit down
that
here.
is, Mike.
I do
Every
the
man
show with
knows
shorts
jeans.
every day, and I just look. I'm behind the 8 ball as far. I gotta beat feet out of here and get everything set to go and go through TSA, where I take my breathing machine in a backpack, my little CPAP machine, and
Which
they always
looks
think it's a
suspicious,
bomb.
yeah.
And so it's the same drill that
This is what I
always
use
have.
to survive, not
Yes,
take life.
But I'm
I
clean as a
give life.
whistle. I took a luxuriatingly long shower, so I'm fit as a fiddle and ready to go. Very
Mike,
fit.
I'm just
Now,
posting a picture of all these wonderful treats on our Facebook page. That's what I'm doing on my phone. Just give you a heads up.
let us not waste any time at all and bring in Mr. Sean Greenwood. He is the Grand Poobah PR and
Thank you.
a visitor on our show. A couple of times we've been delighted to have him. It's such a thrill. We always say yes when Sean's doing one of his world tours. All the information you can find at BenJerry, BenJerry.com. He will be discussing. I love the PR statement. He's like a very innovative PR guy, but the release that I'm reading is his standard. He will be on hand to discuss the new trends in ice cream and non-dairy.
Who wrote that?
I did.
Okay, I was saying that's not us.
Did you write that, Rob?
I did. I wanted to keep it brief and to the
so
point.
you wrote the
Yeah,
hack
yeah.
PR
Oh,
release.
yeah,
That's
we got-
me.
we have-
See, but you'll write hack just because you're hack, right?
What does that mean?
You'll write something
Well,
that's
that's his stream of
jive and
consciousness.
because you like that.
Well, I do enjoy jive to a certain extent, but I didn't expect
On hand, right
I
there
did
is
not
on
expect
hand is
this to
something
be,
on hand is
dissected
something
on
they said in the
air.
effing 1950s.
Well, you
He
know
will be
what?
on hand.
Maybe that's where we need to be right now.
He'll be on hand. He'll be on hand with the
All
rest of his
decks on
outfit.
hand. Sean Greenwood is here.
I wouldn't mind seeing fins on an automobile again.
Now, I will tell you, Sean, first of all, welcome from
Thank you
Vermont.
so
We're
much.
Thank
glad
you.
to
What a
have
treat
you
to be here,
down
you
here.
guys.
Sean, I will tell you this, that I think the last time you were here was a while ago, and you were doing the Greek
That's
yoga.
exactly right.
Yeah.
And I think today, are you going to actually bring new flavors of the, not that I don't mind the Greek yogurt,
No,
but
right.
are you bringing the real deal into
We
it?
got two different lines that we've got here. So one is a new non-dairy line, vegan non-dairy. So we've got 3 flavors of that, and then we've got 3.
All right, let
brand
me
new
just
ice
say you
creams.
can bring that. Just put that back down in your car.
I'm telling
Go
you.
ahead. No, I'm kidding. No,
We
I'm kidding.
have,
Of course, no.
It's what we've been trying to do is actually make the stuff taste good and make it, so we've been working on this for 3 years plus now because, and not proud of that fact. Like we should have had this stuff out to the marketplace before. There's certainly a market for it, what we've seen in terms of sales, but it wasn't any good. We would make it and it would be too chewy and bouncy and terrible, and people would be like, hey, it tastes like nail polish. Nice job. And you go, okay, back to the drawing board. So we really have been working on it a long time.
Sean told me a very funny story before the show is that he actually met with a lot of vegan bloggers, and it was the largest gathering of vegans that weren't angry ever. Because they were
Right.
so excited that the ice cream actually tastes right now. Because
And the nice
vegans
thing
are
about-
always hateful,
But the nice thing about vegan bloggers in Vermont is that all he had to do was go down the street.
Oh, they're everywhere.
They were all there.
Mike,
it's very good. Yes, go ahead.
I've
Oscar.
not tasted this ice cream yet, but I'm excited because, as you know, when I first started dating my fiance, I thought she was vegan, right?
Right.
So I took her to a vegan restaurant, and I'd never had any vegan food before, and I was pre-warned, and I didn't have a great experience. So the idea that you've been working this long to make your ice cream taste like ice cream that's vegan, it's going to blow my mind if this works out.
Well, here's the
mind.
thing. Carla is always experimenting. My bride also experimenting with these new flavors and these new non-dairy products because obviously they're lower in calorie. So I'm excited, and take it away, Sean. I want to hear what you got.
All right, so let's we're gonna dig in. Everyone's got we've all.
Are we doing the non-dairy first?
Yeah, we're
Is
gonna do
that
the
what we're
non-dairy
doing?
first, and so you know, just to be in solidarity, we've all taken off our pants here.
Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you.
We're
Thank you
all
very
in our
much.
boxes.
Yes.
You get to eat the ice cream. I get to sit here without pants on.
Perfect.
That's exciting.
Well, that's the way it always is.
Yes, always.
All right, so here we go. First flavor, right? One of the ideas was people who don't eat animal products or who can't have dairy are like, we want Ben & Jerry's flavor. So we said we got to make a couple of these iconic flavors. So first one up is Cherry Garcia. So you see the one with the big cherry chunks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Grab
Now,
that
so
first.
you take an iconic flavor,
Yep.
one of the originals,
Yeah.
and this is a big deal.
So this one we brought out in the late 80s. Jerry and Ben said it was America's first rock and roll ice cream. Really big
Right.
deal, right? Because there wasn't a lot of product integration stuff back then. It
A
was
lot
our
of
number
people's
one
favorites.
seller for like
Yeah.
25 years.
I
This
think
has
it's the
been
best.
monster,
I do think
right?
it is the best ice cream that's ever been made.
I'm with you. That's my number one. And so this is the difference is with this non-dairy base is right. No milk, no cream, no egg yolk. So think about it. If you were an artist and you painted, and someone then comes up to you and goes, "Hey, I know you're an artist. Can you do a bronze sculpture for me this way?" And you're like, "I know nothing about sculpting with metals, and it's right. It's a total different medium for us. So when we take away milk and cream and egg yolks." And now you got to make this. That's why we were working on it for so many years.
Here's a question I
find this
have for
balance.
you about that. The one thing about Ben & Jerry's that really, as far as I'm concerned, you guys wrote the book on it, is the chunky flavors with the with the big chunks of the good stuff that's in there. The non-dairy, does that still have? Does the Cherry Garcia still have the chunks of cherry and the chunks of the
Test
whatever
panel,
it is you're
weigh in
replacing
here.
the chocolate?
Well, first
with?
of all, the thing that needs to be said is it looks right. And that's wild
Okay.
because it does look like it is made with cream and milk, and it has the right mouthfeel.
This is the right guy to get a review,
Yeah.
by the way. This,
But
this,
also-
this is who I'm listening
And you're going to have to
right
leave
now.
the
Kevin
pints for
Page.
him as well.
To speak to Mike's question, yes, full half dark cherries in this. The chocolate is right. I still stand by the fact Ben & Jerry's has the best chocolate in ice cream.
But
bar
is it
none.
really chocolate? Is it really chocolate?
It's vegan chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and it's got
vegan
the right
chocolate.
flavor, man. It is great. But in your mouth, it feels like ice cream.
I don't want to put the cart before the horse because we have other flavors to taste. But as far as this flavor is concerned, vegan style, I can't tell the difference.
yeah.
All right.
I
All right,
cannot
awesome.
tell the difference.
And
Carla
that's what
is
we were
gonna be
going for with
phenomenal.
this stuff, right?
Carla will be
Cannot-
very excited
And
about
this
that.
is why those engineers, now I know it's a different field,
Yeah.
they need to get on cancer. Because if you
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
this,
right.
you can figure out cancer. This is
Or just send this to people who have cancer so they have a better day.
the cure for cancer, Mike. If this is possible, we can
That's
find
exactly
a cure.
that's exactly what Sean wanted
Blows
to do.
my
Come in
mind.
here and
Psych
have
you guys.
cancer
Blows my
at
mind.
the same time.
Can't believe you
Sean,
got the chocolate so right. It is so
as far
good.
as the calories are concerned, does it significantly reduce the calories as well?
You know, it is
Calorie free, Mike.
yeah, right, exactly. Calorie free and cures cancer. So we've got that
This
going
is
for us.
blowing my mind. It's a mind F.
it's more
so good.
it's more pleasing the people that are health conscious with the vegan diet than it is
Right. This
worrying
was
about
more
the
about
calories.
non-dairy and non-animal. It's not about low calorie. So they aren't significantly lower in calorie. There's still plenty of coconut oil in there to replace the cream fat.
Right.
And so, but the difference is when you eat this stuff, it is a great treat. It eats like ice cream. We did all these with an almond milk base. So a lot of times if you eat this stuff, you go out and you go, I'm trying to eat this coconut-based one, and it's called strawberry dessert, and you eat it and it tastes like coconut. And you go,
Right.
what we've done with this is find this balance of almond base to be able to make it so it's like an open palate, so you can then make it all
This may be a
customizable.
silly question, though, but with the change in the formula, does the melt factor change? Does it melt faster?
Totally different.
Well, how does it change?
Slower.
Really?
Oh, the science.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
Science.
Yeah.
Science.
All right, well, then that's a great review
Big
for the
thumbs
first
up,
one.
yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is, and we're not blowing smoke here. I mean, Sean rolls in here. They don't bring any of the stuff that they bring to market. They're not going to bring it out when it tastes like crap. It's not going to happen. So it's all going to be good. So if you're thinking, oh, they liked everything, well, I mean, we do. I mean, it's Ben and Jerry's.
Hey,
How do
who
you not
doesn't like
it?
ice cream? The idea that vegan ice cream can taste like regular ice cream
Yeah,
blows
right.
your mind.
Crazy.
Right. That's the good
Well,
part.
let me ask you ask you this question. This is for Fatty McFat. Will there? Is there a desire now that you've cracked the vegan riddle? Is there a desire to make super low-cal stuff? Because that is a huge market. You're aware of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's definitely still that.
You've got that 100-calorie crap that's out there that, Carla buys the stuff and it tastes like cardboard.
It's crystalline, Mike. It's beautiful crystals.
Are the geniuses in the lab giving any thought to that at all?
We've done it over the years, right? So we've had Ben
I know you
Jerry's
dabbled
Light.
in it.
We've done
Right.
sorbet. Every time we put that stuff out, everyone asks for it. They're all like, we got to eat healthier. We want this. You put it out in the market and you sell less than 2% of your full product line.
Oh,
and so
my
you go,
God.
great, I'm glad you asked for it, but try it. And they go, it's just not as good. So when I want a treat, and with this stuff is $5 a pop.
Yeah.
It is not a cheap treat. And so when people go, I want something good, I want a good treat, I'm willing to spend the money on something excellent, but I want it to knock my socks off.
Also, if you have issues with dairy in general, and I have that, like the idea of eating ice cream is awesome, but you're going to pay for it on the nice end, right?
Will the vegan make you?
Nice
is that kind of a
pun.
less of a heavy feeling if you eat
well, I mean,
the
I don't
vegan?
know that for sure, but I'll tell you that I'm going to try it now and not think
All
of
right.
the consequences. It'll be great.
And like you're saying, we've learned so many people that we didn't know we came at this with the idea of non-dairy for people who didn't want to eat dairy, and then we ended up kind of building on the vegan piece to it as well. And there are so many people out there who are like, I like ice cream, I like milk, whatever, but I just don't do it because I don't feel good after eating it, right? And I mean, it's a huge number of people that are coming out of the woodwork.
And no one really likes talking about it either, because you sound like you're crying about spilled milk, literally.
Right. Let's move on to our next flavor.
All
I'd love
right,
to hear about it.
the next contestant.
Hey man, what's Friday?
All right, next up is
spilled cream.
coconut 7-layer bar. So this is that treat that you make at home, the baked goods.
Oh
yeah,
my
that one has
God.
like
Carrie
the chocolate chunks.
Spiewak makes
Mike's
the
favorite.
best 7-layer
There you go.
bars
The right one.
Perfect.
in the world.
Right, so that's the inspiration. This one, so if you look at it, you'll see chocolate chunks in it in front of you. And
this is another
as soon as
vegan
you
one,
taste
right?
it, you'll know it's coconut. It's the coconut one, if you get the right one in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Right, so this
Wow.
is coconut fudge chunks, walnuts, swirl of graham cracker, and caramel.
This again looks just like ice cream, and when you talk about the balance of almond milk
You
to
are
coconut
enjoying
oil,
it so much. You're grossing me out a little bit.
Rob
to be
has not
honest
been
with you.
compensated in any way. I want to go
I
on the
know.
record
I know,
book saying
Rob.
was this an
all-
easy flavor to come up with since you have a coconut oil base and a coconut flavor profile?
That's a great question, and the truth is,
He's in heaven now, isn't he?
it fills that void, right? Because you can get a little of the coconut flavor, but it's the same base as Cherry Garcia.
Is it really?
So we
Okay.
add more coconut in this one, obviously, because you want coconut flavor, but
Right.
it's the same, still almond base.
We
Coconut
got
ice
a
cream
Mac
is
and
so good.
Pony, and we get is Rofo. Is that Rofo? Is
Rofo,
in
has just been spotted going 85 miles an hour towards the studio.
thumbs up from the whole crew. Everybody enjoying
Yeah,
it?
coconut,
So far?
Outstanding.
This is
Seven. Rob, your wife is known for her 7-layer bars at
this
Christmas time.
makes her absolutely useless because now all we have to do is go buy a pint of this. No, this is such a great, and again, you guys
really
mix the
good.
flavors up so nicely, but balance them
Good
too.
texture with that one too, right?
yeah.
Good, like crunchy,
Absolutely.
the mouth feel.
I can't believe we do this for a living. This
I
is
know.
so much fun. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry you're down there. It's just
Right.
It is.
And
And you're
for-
saying, Sean, are you still the only dude up there? Are you the main guy? Are you the guy that does-
we got like a couple of folks who work in our office, but we're still little. We got 100 people at our headquarters.
I
right?
love that.
So we're just-
I love Ben and Jerry's. They're so cool.
The-
What
I
else
was going
do
to
we have?
share though, if anyone's looking for a career change, we do give every employee who works for us 3 free pints a day.
oh wow.
Now, how are you with funeral expenses?
We also do have an on-site healthcare, right? We have on-site
balance it
gym,
out.
so
Full
you balance it out.
That's
we
nice,
have
that's
a couple
nice.
trainers that come in, try to keep you.
The walnuts in that, Mike, are unreal. They taste
That's-
like
that's
freshly shelled walnuts. They're so good.
What's your third flavor?
Third flavor, going right on, caramel almond brittle.
Oh, I see that.
Which
Is this the vegan flavor too?
yeah, this is the last vegan flavor, which, they're supposed to be like children, like you love them all equally, but this one is definitely my favorite.
Is it really?
And in terms of my son and my daughter, I love my daughter.
So it's like a pecan pie type of thing.
This
right?
one
Or-
is like the almond brittly crunchy thing. And so the cool thing is you get, it's a salted caramel swirl that's
my
in there
God.
with the almond base, but then you get this almond brittle crunch along with it. That's just by far my favorite.
Wow.
They do
Great.
such a nice job.
Great flavor profile with the mix of the salt and the sweet. And that's a relatively recent thing, right? Like the salted caramels and things like that.
We're
not
going to
eating
continue
it?
that trend, Mr. Foodie.
got like
We're
a
going to talk about
PhD. All of a sudden.
salted foods because that's coming up in the next
Didn't
stack
mean to
here.
read ahead.
No, this
Not
is, again,
eating.
not a plant. Not a plant.
watching Rob is. I mean,
Great
I know
Ustream day.
I'm
If you wanna
jealous
see
that I don't
Happy
have
Rob, you watch him on camera eating ice cream. It's like a
Right.
baby.
Yeah, it's a category, really.
Yes.
He doesn't talk in a hack version. He only writes that way. Like,
And you know,
you see
Sean,
what he's
this
talking
is-
about. He's really into it.
Oh my god.
This is
That
not
was
on
one
you.
sentence.
Just a moment, please. This is not on you, Sean. This might be on our organization. But, you know, in the modern age, to ship something overnight, in a freezer, freeze-dried package would not, I don't think it would be all
No,
that,
it wouldn't
you
be.
know.
And I told you I'm coming to Florida, so we
Yeah.
could just drive a truck over and unload it on, unload it on your
Bring the
front
truck
lawn.
down from
Yeah.
Orlando.
We
The
left
ice cream's here.
You're coming up here. We left a scoop in the bottom, each one. We'll throw these here in the freezer. You're
That's
taken
what I
care
We
of.
could have coordinated for you to fly up here, Mike, and then do
Yeah,
this.
okay.
We're the
sure.
worst.
I'm coming up today.
Hey, Mike, real quick, this bagel I ordered earlier, garbage.
There it
You know
is.
what?
It's in the garbage.
I'm just gonna eat ice cream all
All
day.
your daily carbohydrate needs in one
All right,
serving.
so look, the vegan stuff sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like you put some time into the flavors.
Congratulations.
But,
It is really,
you know,
really good.
let's be honest, Ben and Jerry's fans, it's all about the ice cream.
It is different,
And,
right? It's totally different. We'll taste these now and see what you guys think. And that's why you kind of have to start with the vegan, non-dairy stuff first, because it is a different mouthfeel. It's a
Because
different.
then the
experience.
real ice cream, as great as the vegan is
Yep.
like
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
As a palate
Thank you,
cleanser,
Mike.
may we take a break to break up between the vegan and the ice cream? Would that be all right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm working
why
the clock here.
why are you directing the show all of a sudden?
Well, no, I want to make sure you're
It's
cool
like the
with
hot
it.
chick is
I'm
here.
cool. Do you want to take a break and come
I
back
do.
and
Yeah.
clean your palate, drink some water, and then we'll have another segment with Mr. Sean Greenwood from Ben and Jerry's as we make two segments on the Mike O'Mara Show for ice cream because it's Friday, everybody. We'll take a break. Come right back.
Hello, boys. It's me, Shannon. You know, the Oscar Santana scholarship winner. Oscar just gave me another pep talk about how I need to start pulling my weight. So I'm going to help out by promoting Tech 411. It's amazing. Oscar is out right now with his Tech 411 co-host and best friend, Todd Moore. Todd's probably surfing the back plane of a router, if you catch my meaning. Anyway, tune in to Tech 411 on More Broadcasting so Oscar can become a big success and I can keep milking him dry. Buy a master's degree.
Shannon in the morning.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Policy Genius. Life insurance means peace of mind, but where do you go to get the best prices on the best policy with the best service and minimum hassle? PolicyGenius.com, the best online life insurance marketplace. Policy Genius has placed over $5 billion in life insurance for people like you, and they have the most accurate quotes from the top A-rated life insurance companies. Policy Genius has a simple, user-friendly website that shops and compares all the top-rated life insurance companies to give you the best option. And in the modern world, that's the best way to do it because they do the work for you. Plus, a licensed customer service team will help you find the best policy at the best price. And while you're there, check out their other insurance offerings like health insurance and pet insurance. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to go to PolicyGenius.com. Do it today to save over 70% off other prices for life insurance. Now listen, it's very simple. When life insurers compete for your business, you save money. Let me spell it out for you. That's PolicyGenius.com. Policy Genius. Zero jargon, zero sales pressure, zero hassle. Life insurance made easy. Free quotes and peace of mind. Don't wait. Go to PolicyGenius.com today. We are here with Mr. Sean Greenwood from the fabulous Ben & Jerry's Corporation.
Thank you.
How long has Ben & Jerry's been in existence?
1978.
Really?
Oh,
So
it's like
I was
Oscar Santana.
I was told there would be no math questions.
Closing
so
in on
I
your
can't-
40th,
But yeah,
though,
getting there.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah, right?
that's awesome.
Been a while.
That is awesome. And forever, that's consistent. One of the great American success stories. One of the great Vermont success stories, too. I mean, Vermont, whenever you read the, best places to live in the country, Vermont is pretty consistently in the top 10, and they always seem to mention Ben & Jerry's because your relationship with the state of Vermont is pretty legendary, isn't it?
We're so reliant on Vermont, right? When we first started out, Ben found this little clause where you could go out and sell your stock within your own state and just have Vermonters own a piece of the action that way. So we had 1 out of every 100 families own Ben & Jerry's.
No kidding. How special is that?
So in terms of their ownership, and when you look at, we got our manufacturings out there. We got our 2 plants in Vermont, and so it's just all these Vermonters that pitch in.
That's cool.
Tremendous.
It's great stuff, and we have moved off the vegan products, and we are moving into the real ice cream.
Time to take off.
Rob, are you feeling sleepy? You're looking sleepy. You're looking
Mike,
just.
I am focused.
All right, I hope you're focused. All right,
He's
I don't want you
focused,
falling
Mike.
asleep.
He's actually sitting. There's room behind his chair. He's not laying back. There's a space, a gap.
I'm excited.
There's also a
even though
space
I'm not
between
there,
Oscar's ears.
I'm excited. Thank you. I'm excited for the new flavors. Lay it on us.
Now you were saying, Mike, how it's like sex, right? And so I wanted to tell a quick story. When we first went into the UK, Haagen-Dazs was already there before us, and so they had an ad on TV there that showed like a man and a woman glistening in bed, just finished the act.
Yes.
They'd reach over to the nightstand and they grab a pint of Haagen-Dazs and they sit there and they spoonful. So there was a BBC radio DJ who said, after trying Ben & Jerry's, saying, well, if Haagen-Dazs is the ice cream you have after sex, then Ben & Jerry's is the ice cream you eat instead of sex.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good line.
Pretty nice.
That is great.
Is it true that Haagen-Dazs was an invented name? That there is no Germanic background for it, and they
What fine state was Haagen-Dazs from?
What?
The European name Haagen-Dazs? Jersey.
Yeah.
Really?
It's from New Jersey.
Right.
No one would ever know that.
Hey, you like ice cream?
Yeah. So the guys started. They started before Ben & Jerry's. They've been around longer than us. They make a great quality product too. So, they were like, how do we sound European and rich and elegant?
All I'm saying is,
God, I forgot that it's just a big ruse.
I'm just saying, Haagen-Dazs and Jeff Christie from the same place. Chris Christie.
Chris
right?
Christie.
Yeah, sorry. I always get them confused.
Mike, there's too much ice cream.
Well, Jeff Christie, that's Rush Limbaugh's DJ name, so they're two factors.
Also
It works.
fat. Yeah, that's right. That's that.
All right. We ready to eat?
Let's do this.
Okay,
Let's do
first one up is called Ode of This World. So if you guys look, you're looking at the white one with chocolate chunks in it, not the chocolate swirl and not the brown one.
Okay.
Okay, so it's called Ode of This World, buttery brown sugar ice cream base with fudge flakes and oatmeal cinnamon cookie swirls.
Oh, God.
So
it's
like an oatmeal cookie explosion in your mouth.
Like an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie.
That's already been dipped in milk for you. It's unreal.
God.
Wow.
Pony, did you hear that? Did you notice, Rob, with that? That's already been dipped in milk for you, too.
Can someone isolate all of this and send it back to us, please?
I believe we're doing it. It's called recording a podcast.
All of Rob's kid joy sounds that he puts out there when he tastes
Hey,
it.
when you do these tours, Sean, and people lay ideas on you, I know you get ideas for flavors. Do you ever jot them down and bring them back to the home
all
office?
the time? And the truth is, there's a lot of ideas already floating out there. Right? We got a full team that's working all the time.
I want to just before we continue, I want to just do this because I'll forget if I don't. Okay.
Go.
There is a restaurant where I have dined with Messrs. Spiewak and Santana. In fact, their families and everybody. We had a big gang go down there. It's called Farmers
Founding Farmers?
Founding Farmers. Yes.
Farmers Fishers Bakers.
Let me look it up.
All right. It's on the water. It's on the Potomac River.
Farmers and Friends. It's not Farmers.
I didn't say Farmers and Friends.
What did
I
you
said
say? It's
Founding Farmers. I've been to a restaurant called
It's
that.
not Founding Farmers.
All right.
It's not that.
Why am I in trouble for not remembering a restaurant you're coming up with?
We ate at you didn't have this. There was a dessert, which I still, is it Farmers Fishers Bakers?
Yes, it is.
Ah,
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you. All right. Don't get in my way anymore.
There was
so the thing
alliteration.
about it is the thing about that they had a dessert, Sean, that was yellow cake with fudge icing, that traditional chocolate yellow cake, and then they served it in a tiny little pool of hot cocoa, and so you had the cake sitting there, and it to this day is the greatest dessert that I've ever had in my life, and I would think that would be nice ice cream. Chocolate cake, yellow cake with chocolate icing, and maybe either a vanilla or a cocoa base. There you go.
People think we got the greatest fans in the world, right?
Right.
When you think my idea will never make it, listen to this flavor list suggested by fans at Ben & Jerry's: chocolate chip cookie dough. Right?
That
Ben
was
and
a
Jerry's
suggestion?
invented chocolate chip cookie dough because a fan wrote it on the wall 25, 30 years ago, or not like on the wall of the building, but like on newsprint that they hung up in the first shop in Burlington saying, give us your ideas. And someone said, put cookie dough in vanilla ice cream. Idea by a fan. Now everybody makes chocolate chip cookie dough.
Oh my God! So everybody makes that now. It's not just Ben and Jerry's. That's awesome,
right? Cherry Garcia, suggested by a fan.
Really?
Fan wrote in anonymously saying, "I'm a deadhead. I think you guys should do cherry ice cream with chunks and cherries in it because dead paraphernalia always sells." And so it became our best seller for 25 years, still in the top 5.
Wow.
Right?
That's awesome.
Chubby Hubby ice cream.
I love Chubby Hubby.
Recommended, right? A couple of fans actually were playing a prank on their office worker who was a huge Ben & Jerry's guy, and they said, hey, have you tried this new flavored Chubby Hubby? The guy goes, no, I've never heard of it. And they go, yeah, here, we brought some in. So they went so far as, for the joke, mix up in Tupperware vanilla Ben & Jerry's with like peanut butter and pretzels and chocolate, and said, yeah, here, we brought some, we scooped some out for you. Go find it at the store. So the guy goes in the store looking, can't find it. So they sent us the story, say we came up with this whole idea. We ended up making the flavor Chubby Hubby, still one of our best sellers, and had a ton of fun around it. So all those ideas are from fans.
Wow.
That's very cool.
That's really
cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yellow chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, very good. Let's move on.
Like a Mara flavor. Next up, let's go to truffle kerfuffle, which is the white one, chocolate swirls in it.
This one?
Yeah, white with chocolate swirls, not the brown one. The worst they have them for last. I'm trying to, this, Rob will appreciate it as a foodie, as you've been talking all morning. I'm trying to gently bring your palates up into the different flavors.
Okay, yeah, like when you order wines.
Exactly.
And you go darker.
You're building, going bolder.
Exactly, right.
Okay, so
eventually he's hoping he'll get laid.
Truffle kerfuffle, the ice cream you have instead of sex. Vanilla ice cream with roasted pecans, fudge chips, and a salted chocolate ganache swirl. Ooh. Right, Rob? So you're saying the salted caramel for it's still hot, salted caramel, but salted chocolate has been a big boom the last year.
Mike, when you get this, you're going to love it, man.
What is it called? What's it called again?
Truffle kerfuffle.
The salted
Truffle
chocolate
kerfuffle.
Suggests almost like the flavor you get on a good chocolate chip cookie when there is a salt back flavor on it. Because cookies have, a decent amount of salt in the dough, right? To offer a balance against the sweet.
They do.
And so that really makes the chocolate more front. And also, you can't go wrong with toasted pecans ever.
Are you on Food Network? What do you do when you're...
He's insane. This is his
Food.
favorite subject.
Listen to this.
Here's the thing.
Every day,
I think every day at some point, Rob, has a special moment with food. Sometimes it's eating it, sometimes it's cooking it, but he loves food. I love food. You don't get to look like us if you don't really, really like food. So, but you
sound like a scientist.
Every day I toast a pecan. Every day. No, that's outstanding.
Yeah,
that is wild.
It's great.
Oh, that's yummy.
It doesn't
yummy.
quit.
All right, so truffle kerfuffle. We're going up to our last flavor here called Urban Bourbon.
Oh, boy.
It is a burnt caramel ice cream. Just let that sink in for a second.
Wow.
Burnt caramel base with almonds, fudge flakes, and a bourbon caramel swirl.
Everything I love. It's everything I love.
You love bourbon.
I do.
You love bourbon.
Oh, boy.
And the name of this is called what? Tab Patterson?
Urban Bourbon.
Urban Bourbon. That's easy.
Yeah.
Let's get the bourbon, man.
It is not. It is the perfect balance against sweetened bourbon too. There's not too much because it's easy to go too far with it.
It is strong though. Isn't
it
it?
is
It's
strong
very
enough.
bourbony.
It's definitely up front, but
smacks you a little.
But
You
it's
can
not
make
going to
a
like.
beverage out of this.
Yeah, you could. It's not the kind of thing that if you say share it with your lady friend, she's going to say, "I don't like it. It tastes too much like bourbon," because it's definitely there, but it's not off-putting. And the ice cream,
like any great alcohol-based, sweet product, you got the hint of it in there, the good flavors of it, but it's not overwhelming you, right?
And chocolate and bourbon are a great pairing, but that burnt caramel ice cream is so delicate. It's really it sets the stage for everything.
Okay, let's let someone else talk here. Great job, Rob Spiewak. Oscar, what do you think?
You know me as a fan of alcohol overall and a fan of ice cream. This pairing is phenomenal. And I'll say this, Sean was right as he was leveling us up palate-wise because this really, really does give you a different ride, if you will.
I will.
Also, I feel like I could drink this with bourbon if I wanted to.
Yeah,
That's just
so-
my thoughts.
Yeah.
Now the big question, because we are almost out of time here, so we have to get to the voting. As far as now, we have sampled was it 3 vegan flavors?
Yep.
And 2 of the regular ice cream flavors?
3.
Am I right about that?
Three.
Yeah,
So we've
we
got
had the
3
oat
regular
one,
ice cream,
the truffle one, and urban
So
bourbon.
let's get with the vegan. Tell me, Rob and Oscar, your favorite vegan flavors. What did you? What's your favorite?
Which
one?
was the third one? Remind me of the
Caramel almond brittle.
That's the one. That's
the one that
easily-
Sean Greenwood from Ben and Jerry's liked the best. Also, Oscar, what about you?
The Cherry Garcia version, the vegan
Of the
version,
vegan?
tastes
Okay.
just like the real one.
That's true.
You know, of all the flavors you guys sampled, that's the one I'm actually the most excited about. I'm dying to try that along with the 7-layer
magic.
bar. I wanna
But
try
another
that.
thing about all the vegan ones, and Mike, was one of your first questions. They've preserved the right size of chunk and additive. They're full size pieces of goodness within the ice cream, and that's what makes it so great.
Now, if you're not writing down this segment on the Mike O'Mara Show and keeping notes, you can go to benjerry.com/what's new, dash new hashtag. That's benjerry.com/what's dash new hashtag to get all
Put it on our
the new
Facebook
flavors.
page as well.
As far as the ice creams are concerned, what's your favorite, gentlemen?
That chocolate ganache, that salted chocolate one, truffle kerfuffle.
I love the
Urban
word
bourbon.
ganache.
Urban
Urban bourbon
bourbon.
is your
There
fave?
are no losers, Mike.
Yes.
But it's just that salted chocolate was unreal.
Sean Greenwood, always a pleasure to have you on the Mike O'Mara Show. And you are now off to, does this town need some ice cream more than ever? And you're heading down to the hill.
We got to share some love. We got to
Senator
share some
Cory
love.
Booker's office. And will there be, I think you ought to go to the other side, too. Slide by old Mitch McConnell and give him some urban bourbon. He might
Soft
take
foods,
that as
Mike.
well.
Soft foods.
Soft foods. There are a lot of those guys on the hill that
We
need
could
the
blend it
soft
into a
foods.
milkshake, maybe.
Bring straws.
Paul Ryan, right? Fitness Nut, bring the vegan stuff by his office.
Sure.
He'd dig
Work
that,
them off in the morning.
We are.
Anything else that's on the docket for you or the company that I haven't mentioned today on the show?
Oh man, we're also a company that like to try to do some good stuff. So it's not just about selling ice cream. So go check out our website and see what we're up to, because that's our true passion. Is like get out there and be a good company and make a difference in the world.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank
Give
you.
my
You
best
are.
to the
Lovely.
two
Great to
grand
see you guys.
poobahs, Ben and Jerry, and please pass along my sympathies for the election. We will take a break, and sorry, Oscar, I couldn't help myself. Anyway, we will take a break. When we come back, more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show. I'm so jealous.
Much more music.
Another weekend means another episode of Rob Radio on 97.1 The Wave, your beach station. This weekend marks the return of Jukebox Rock, a salute to Al Jarreau, also Beatles trivia that just might blow your mind. And of course, 3 full hours of the worst music ever made. It's the Rob Spiewak Show, Saturday morning at 7, only on 97.1 The Wave, your beach station, or check us out online, 971thewave.com. Download the app. Take us on the go. You will have happy ears. I promise.
Rob Spiewak.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of our program is brought to you by Lost My Name. I read to Michael every night. I love doing it. And when I got the Lost My Name book, I'll be honest with you, I was a little skeptical because I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought they were just going to pop Michael's name into it. No, this is his favorite book because it's all about him. But let me tell you how they do it. It's easy to create a personalized Lost My Name book. I did it myself. Each child's story is based on the letters of their name. This is a lot of effort and a lot of work that they put in to create a unique story for the little one in your life. Each story is 100% unique. They have hand-drawn illustrations that are beautiful. They follow the letters of their name throughout the book to discover the story is all about them. It turns out the story is a personal journey starring them. It's perfect for not just your son or daughter, but your nieces, your nephews, kids, and other families. You want to give a birthday gift that's unique, one of a kind, or just because. Lost My Name also offers other one-of-a-kind personalized products that you can make in just minutes. What a great product. What a proud sponsor. I'm so glad to have them as an advertiser on the Mike O'Mara Show because this is what it's all about. Just go to lostmy.name. That's a funky website, so be aware of that. All you have to do is enter your little one's name, and you can get a free preview of their story. Once again, listen up. It's an unusual address, lostmy.name. Enter the code TMOS at checkout for 10% off. Plus, shipping is free worldwide. Don't wait to get your child their own personalized bedtime story. Visit lostmy.name. Use the code TMOS and do it today, and we thank you. How much fun is that? Always
the best.
I'm going to have some
blast.
more urban bourbon as we speak, Mike. if you
That
don't
is
mind.
such good stuff, and he's such a wonderful human being, and it's always a pleasure to have
so jealous
Sean
of his career
Greenwood.
path as well.
Yeah,
I know it's just it's a fun job, but it's work, and
it's work.
he travels the
It's
country.
fun.
But
He was talking about him and some of his underlings that they have to go to some of the biggest restaurants in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and all they do is they order one of every dessert on the menu.
Right.
And they sample them all. And so they can see what's trending and what flavors are, going well in big restaurants. And he says when they bring in new guys, they start and they say, I'm going to eat that whole piece of pie. I'm going to eat that whole piece of cake. Dude, 2 taste tops. Because they're just rubes and they want to go out there and taste everything. But
we're very proud of our association with Ben and Jerry's over the years, and that's a lot of fun. And really, I think that relationship began with the podcast. That's actually one of our sole podcast
Manassas.
relationships.
he came to your house. The email
He came to the house of Manassas. He
The
did
email I
indeed.
got from him, he says, "Yeah, I hear you're in D.C. now. Wild."
And they are they're activists, so he's
Yes.
going down to the hill to serve some ice cream up, try to get some stuff done. That's awesome. We love that. It's always great. Let's get to the reviews around the room. I know Pony's letting him out, but who else is on campus today?
We've
Who
got
else
Diego, and Diego could not keep it in his pants.
Yeah.
because
Diego-
these are multiple worlds colliding, Mike. He's got his ice cream world and his pot world
Yeah.
in one place.
Oh, he
Diego,
was so
how did you like
excited
that?
that Ben
How
and
did-
Jerry covered a music. Was it Bonnaroo? And he was-
Bonnaroo.
yeah, you were bring this guy in. I'll talk about ice cream. He says, you were at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, he was like, they partnered with some music festivals, and they did a collaborative ice cream with Bonnaroo called Bonnaroo Buzz, and it was
Yeah.
like a coffee.
And I could
base.
listen to you say Bonnaroo all day long. How did you like the ice cream? That's
It
all
was
you were ranting
delicious.
about.
The vegan ones, my favorite was Cherry Garcia, and it's not because my last name is Garcia; it's because it was delicious.
And I see we've got Mac on campus. Mac, did you enjoy the ice cream? Or now,
I
be
did.
honest, Mac, I would expect to say I can't eat the ice cream. Did you
It
enjoy the
disagrees
ice
I
cream?
ate
with
the-
my prednisone, Mike.
I did eat the ice cream.
And
I did love the one with the giant chocolate chunks.
All right, so you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Now,
Cherry Garcia.
No. It was the regular ice cream.
Okay, gotcha.
okay,
all right. Now, Mac, can I see you? Can I see your
Yeah,
face?
you gotta
please?
go. You gotta lean in.
Can I look at
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Now,
oh,
now
may
listen.
I play him in?
Yeah, play him in. That's it. Mac, you have your own jingle. What do you
I
think
know.
of that?
I love it.
That's awesome.
I called the
Mac,
guy.
All right. So listen, here's the way I play it on this show. This is what I do in the podcast world. If you don't want a subject brought up, but the thing is, Mac, we all have our moments, and on the surface of this, I didn't think it was that big a deal. I've had those moments, but you know what we're talking about,
Yes.
the thing online where you were ranting at home. I think it would be, lots of fun. You could control if there was an area that you didn't want to bring up, I would do that. But I just want to tell you, delicately, it would be so much fun to chat about it if where you were kind of caught open mic'd playing the game the other night. But if you really, really, really don't want to, I won't do it.
I'll do it. I'll do it somewhat. I don't want to talk
That's
about.
fine.
I don't.
That's fine.
Just a tip, just for a little bit.
I don't
And
want
what's
to talk.
great about this, Mac, and and nobody hear this. This is just me talking to Mac. Okay?
Got it.
Mac, this will allow you to control the narrative. Okay,
Got it.
we're
And
back.
here's the deal. Here's the deal, Mac. I don't need the details of why there was a fight.
That's
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't need the
I'll agree with
details. I'm fine, and
agrees
that's
your terms,
probably
Mike.
that's probably
I'll allow it, but watch yourself, Mr. Prosecutor.
because I don't think that we need that to make it. Whatever the argument was, it was still funny, and I hope you can understand that because I think you get the show.
Yeah, the
that's why you
comedy
like being
within-
here.
Yeah.
The comedy of having a fight with your mom while you're playing video games. I really don't think that's exclusive territory around the country with people that spend hours and hours. And you have already demonstrated that you spend a good portion of your life, playing that game. So I guess a microphone was open, and it was so funny when I heard it that you did that. And Oscar, was mentioning that I thought it would be okay to talk about, but if you're too sensitive about it, I don't want to upset you, young man. I like you.
Yeah.
Look at me. I
Yes.
like you. I value you. I think you're a good kid.
I understand.
I don't. Shut up, you guys. I'm
not
talking
saying
to my
anything.
intern.
Sorry.
I'm not saying a word.
I just don't want you know. I worry about you. I do. I worry about you. I think about that more than you might know. All the interns I think of as extended family, and I don't want them to. I don't want to go into territory. They're most
The majority.
I mean,
I don't worry about Diego.
70%.
I really don't worry about Diego. Diego
He's a
is
survivor.
He is
excelling.
a survivor.
Well, no, he has his regular job. He's kind of on his little path there, and he seems to be doing really well with that. So and he comes in here, and he thinks he wants to be a broadcaster, and I tell him, a long way to go. But the thing is, that's okay.
He knows he wants to be a
mean.
broadcaster.
He knows he wants to be a.
That's what he
knows.
knows.
You, on the other hand, I know you've had moments here.
You're at
that you've
crossroads, I would say.
What
you've
he is,
shared with us.
he accelerates any situation he's in. He's a helper.
We can do this two ways. All right, we can do this two ways. I can ask questions, and if I ask a question that you're not comfortable answering, say, I'm not comfortable with that, and I won't bust your balls. How's that?
Okay.
Is that cool?
Sure.
All right. So you were playing video. Rob, we need a little music.
I have some
Something,
coming up
please.
for you. Yes, I
All
think
right,
you
we
will
need
enjoy
something
this.
to help me, for God's sake, for the love of that's the
Overwatch
that's the
music.
Wizards of
Overwatch.
Warcraft.
Yeah,
or
this is the
what's it?
Dungeons and Dragons song.
Yes.
All right, so you're playing your role-playing internet game that Oscar's addicted to as well, and you're online with your
PC
playmates.
Gaming. PC game.
PC gaming. You're
Yes.
PC gaming with your online chums. And at one point the mic is open, and I guess your mom was interrupting your gaming. Is that true?
Yes. The weird thing is, I still
Turn
have.
his mic up for me,
I-
please.
You
got
in
it?
general.
Really project your voice.
Okay.
Like you're talking
Got
like
it.
a
Yeah,
big
but
boy.
Rob, you got to help him out here. You got to run board.
The weird thing is, I still don't know how the mic was open. Because
Okay.
in the game, I have it set to you have to push a button for the mic to
So
turn
what
on.
you had was a reverse James Hetfield situation. When you're gaming, do you wear those green headphones?
No, I do not.
Okay.
You
just
have
check.
other
I used to.
headphones.
I bought some new ones that are
Better
wireless.
green headphones on right now. So the microphone was open unbeknownst to you. and
Correct.
Now, so normally what you're telling me is that when you're gaming with Oscar or anybody else online, the only time you will talk to somebody is when you press the button to talk.
Yes, it's left alt on your keyboard. And
Push
that's
your
all.
talk
I just
mic.
push it, and my mic turns on. I can talk and turn it off, so I don't. There's no
Is
background
there an
sound.
indicator on your screen that says your
Yes.
mic is live?
When
Yes.
you start talking, yes.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
Have you done any chatting with your chums throughout the game?
Yes.
we were
all the
going back and
time.
forth,
So
Yeah.
there's a chance that the,
There's
like, the button
conversations.
could have been stuck or something like that.
Yes,
Could
but
you
it's just weird because it's
of
never
left
happened
previous viewing?
before.
Yeah.
Wonder why the button was stuck, Mike.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I
don't get it.
Yeah. All right, so thank you, Pony.
Mike, you have the
all right.
questions because I don't want to interfere with the cross-examination.
So the microphone is open. You're playing the game, and then you are interrupted. Tell me about that. What happened with that?
All of a sudden, no, I am in the basement. Parents usually hang around the main floor.
Is it a finished basement?
It is half finished.
That's probably the case in most homes.
Yes.
Parents usually hang around on the main floor.
Sure. Well, you know,
The first
they don't,
floor.
They don't like to climb steps or descend them.
That's well, that's where the kitchen is and the living room.
Yeah. So
And
you're in
where
the den.
I
and
am
where
in
the
the
bank
den.
is, where the safe is when they bring all the money in to provide everybody with.
Oh,
their-
you mean behind the picture of the flowers
Yes,
that they move
exactly.
to the side on hinges and there's a safe set in the wall?
Thank you, Sugar High. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So Mac, they're on the main floor. You're in the basement, and they are. Your mother is much like King of Comedy. Your mother is yelling down to you.
No, she comes down.
Oh, she came downstairs. Now, is this your sanctuary normally, or is the basement your turf? Is that kind of the way?
Technically,
it's understood?
no, but it pretty much has turned into it.
Do you sleep in the basement or in the?
I do. I sleep in the basement. It's a separate room off
He's
the
squatting.
den.
Wow. Is
All
there
right,
is
so-
there a bathroom down there?
There is a bathroom down there.
Full bath?
Do you have your own entrance and exit?
Full bath.
So
Yes.
okay, so that's cool. I mean, I remember when I was at 5402 Cromwell Drive in Bethesda, and I was living in the group house. I got the basement, and you would think, oh, that's not the cherry gig. No, I got the basement, which meant I had my own separate entrance and exit. So it was wonderful.
Rob
so you're in the
Ford
basement.
was at his happiest when he lived in the basement. Do you remember
So,
that?
and the fact is, it's your room, right? The basement is your bedroom, basically.
Somewhat. It's turned into it, but technically, I mean, there's still some struggle back and forth between my parents. She still wants to come down, but she just never comes down. She just wants to make an excuse for me to.
Is there a common area in the basement and then your bedroom
Correct.
with a separate door?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a common area down there, a rec room.
I love this.
Is there another bedroom that you used to have, say, upstairs?
Yes.
And do you still maintain it?
No.
Okay, it's
It's
abandoned, Mike. That's
6
part of
years
the-
ago.
Part of
No,
the
they're using
schedule.
it for storage for when he eventually, hopefully, leaves.
Body storage.
So you're in the basement, and Mom comes down while you're gaming. What I would think, really, just from an outsider's point of view, big mistake.
Yeah, is she wearing an apron?
No.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
You know what? You
not
can't help
helping
yourself.
here. You're not
No,
helping
because he
here.
wants so bad to pick on Mac.
Yeah,
He
don't pick
can't
on
help
him.
No,
himself.
I love Mac more than anybody.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
We've
All
given
right,
him
so,
asylum.
so Mom comes down to, and why is she coming down? Why was
That
she-
I don't want to talk about of why.
Okay, but it was a
It was-
subject.
It was sudden. She didn't like that. Well, I'll give a general that she didn't
That's
like
fine,
that I
that's
was
good.
playing
Thank
games.
you, and I appreciate that. She what?
She didn't like the fact that I was playing games.
Which is a general, and that's fine, and that's
Yeah.
the gist of it.
General.
That's it.
It's part of the
that's what-
struggle.
and so she comes down to kind of give you crap about it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And
Okay.
I
And this, I would. Am I fair in saying this is an altercation that has taken place before?
somewhat, yeah. I mean, there's different things we struggle and fight about
Like
certain
all
subjects.
kids and
yeah.
parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
This would be known as an ongoing struggle, one
Right.
that has
Shouldn't
no
I-
beginning and no end.
I'm sure she doesn't like the fact that you play so often, right?
Yes, and there's also the fact that there's a kind of an illusion of I'm downstairs, which I always am. She always assumes I am playing games because I'm
Right.
downstairs. She's never down
She
there.
assumes that because let's just say you are.
I have a history. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
I am play much less than I used to, but I have a very bad history.
Yes, Oscar Santana. Go ahead.
For those of you, and this is completely an impartial fact, based in fact, anecdote. For those of you that are new to the show, Mac once spent a year playing this video game, not this one, but on PC. And he also once spent a semester not going to class, but hanging out in a Whole Foods parking lot watching YouTube videos of people playing video games.
This
So
is
there's a bit of a
anecdotal
history.
evidence, though.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
this doesn't
Thank you for
necessarily
clarifying.
affect
That's right.
the
There's a bit of a
present.
history here. So Mom's upset. She comes down and the mic's open. And Oscar, I'd like your input right now. He gave it pretty good. He was kind of loud about this.
Mike,
you heard
I
the
come
argument.
from a passionate people, the Latin
Right.
people, right? And we know how to really get involved in an altercation, whether
Sure.
it be domestic or
You know conflict.
international. Yes.
Right.
And as we were playing, and one of the most beautiful things about playing on a PC console, I felt like you were just playing with adults. And
Right.
Mac was probably the youngest guy we had engaged with at that time, and I said, okay, well, we work together. We'll hang out on, and he seems like he's a good player, and like he's teaching us about the game. It's fun. It's a way to interact outside of the studio.
Sure.
And out of the blue, after just weeks of Mac just being snarky and a dick, we see a different side of him. And this is a side that I never thought I'd see Mac, especially in his light. Yes.
Let me ask this: are you married to Oscar Razzi today, or can we take a break here and just
We can
wrap
take a
this
break.
up when
We can take a break.
when
I'm
we
not
come
married
back
to it,
and,
yes.
and we will in lieu of Oscar Razzi, can we talk to?
Please,
can
I
we wrap
think that
this
we
up?
need to have some closure here because there's some tension, palpable
Yes.
tension in the
Yes.
studio about this.
And this really requires some resolution.
And are we okay so far, Mac? Are we handling?
Yes,
this
we're
the way
okay.
you- Okay, very good. That's the most important thing. Rule number 1. My book.
High praise from that boy.
We're gonna take a break. Come back and wrap this whole up the Mac saga right here. Mac, smile. Come on, it's fun.
I get
Just
it.
having a little lighthearted fun here, okay?
Yes.
Fought with your mom. Jesus Christ, not the end of the world.
Struggle.
We'll take a break.
It's Tony and Gary.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Tony Perkins.
And it is me, Gary Von Trapp.
And on this week's episode of the show, we have the Sound of Music trivia game that Gary gives to me, which is unfair because he knows I hate the movie and haven't seen it since I was 10.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
Also, a fascinating story about celebrity Anthony Anderson and his close relationship with his mother. Check it out, TonyPerkinsShow.com. Subscribe to the show on iTunes and leave a 5-star review. And download the Tony Perkins Show app.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We want to remind you about our bonus packages. Absolutely subscribe to the TMOS bonus package. Got an interesting one this week. You get full access to all of our 2017 bonus content, plus the entire bonus show anthology at over a 25% savings. Why do we keep mentioning this? Because we know there are plenty more of you out there that could help us out by subscribing to the Mike O'Mara Show bonus packages. All waiting for you at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Look for the banner marked TMOS bonus packages. When you subscribe, you get an entire year of access from the day you sign up. So whether you want to buy it, give it, or renew it, click that bonus banner and get her done. Only pennies a day. You can be a part of the big fun, the TMOS bonus package. Order it right now. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. By the way, how are we doing today? We got some new equipment we popped in here. How are we? Are we okay? Are we good?
Oh,
are
God,
we bad?
we are great.
Loving it.
All right.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm a little frantic, Got to get on a plane.
Oh, you got to get on a plane.
And you got no pants.
I'm no pants on. Got to, pants on the ground.
A lot to
pants
do.
on
A lot
the ground.
to do.
Yeah, Mac is in the studio, pants on the ground. All right, Mac, you really as we went to break, it looks like you're at your own funeral. But then again, you're not an exuberant guy to start with. But are we handling this with the proper amount of discretion?
Yes.
What's crazy is that we actually took this to and this is crazy to go to 2 breaks.
Want to start that again?
Which is an overdrive.
You were really thinking more about playing your sound.
Choking on the ice cream.
Yes. Okay. Once again, just a dead weight over here. So
why don't you load up? Why don't you have a little?
Yeah, I know. It's like a
go
crack
ahead.
addict.
No,
without
thank you.
taking a hit.
No, thank you, Mike.
I'm sure. Like you're not going to demolish these as soon as we walk out.
All right.
No,
you're not going to be an asshole for the rest of your life.
I'll be alive.
That's a little.
And you know what? And everyone will be so pleased you're alive.
Okay. Stop it. Let's get back to Mac. All right. So Oscar was saying, you've had fights with Mom. You're down in the basement. Mom comes down. I don't care what the details of the fight were, but the gist of it was, you're playing those video games
But
again.
Mike,
how about yes?
You would think that a banshee attacked him. The way this man reacted, this grown 25-year-old man reacted to his mom.
I know you're not a mimic. I know you're not, but can you give us just a sense of what it might have sounded like off mic when you heard this?
Mom! Mom! I'm not doing it. I've been doing it. Mom! Why do you always do that to me?
Mac, all right, now I have to ask you. I know you flipped Oscar off.
Victory.
Thank you.
So, how accurate was that portrayal?
Somewhat. I mean, I was yelling at the top of my lungs just because of how sudden it was and no lead up of yelling to me.
And what?
There was no lead up of her coming down and yelling. It was just straight out of the gate yelling, so I reacted in a similar fashion.
Since you're in the common room, I know that this is your, let's use a video game word, this is your lair.
Okay.
She entered your lair. Should she have knocked? Do you feel? Because you were in a common area.
Let me jump in here. I think you got headphones on, right? You're playing the game with
Yeah.
headphones.
Yeah.
So you can't hear her when she's upstairs. So I don't. This is what I
But
think.
she could hear me, and that was the problem.
Well, hold on a second. The thing about it, Mac, if she's upstairs, say in the kitchen, and she's yelling down to you, Mac, I need you, Mac, and you're not hearing her, and is there a chance that she thought she was being categorically ignored?
She was not yelling down because 9 times out of 10, I will hear her yelling down. Probably more than that.
Take your headphones off.
I'll take my headphones.
Her?
Yes.
But what about that 10th time?
Occasionally, it's just I have my music blasting or something. Did not have that this time.
Did she indicate to you that she had been trying to get your attention?
No, she did not. I mean, I asked her afterwards. No lead up. She did not call me. She did not text me.
Missed that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, she is down now in your face, and you're getting in her face, right?
Yeah.
And you have no idea the microphone is open. How did that make you feel when you realized that all of your playmates had heard this massive rave?
Had no idea. Did not
how
know.
How did you feel about it? How did you feel?
I had no idea it happened.
Because
you didn't even know until Oscar.
I did. I found out.
You quit, right? You stopped playing the game.
I came back acting like nothing happened for about 5 more minutes. Then I left. I did not know they heard a thing.
So you only lasted 5 more minutes. Why did you break it off? Did you realize you had to go take care of things on the home
She
front?
texted me.
Oh, she texted you?
Yeah, then she texted me, and then I read the text like, okay, I gotta go.
Did she
I'll see you guys
storm
tomorrow.
back upstairs at the height of it, and cooler heads prevailed?
And
she
yeah, so
texted
I just want to disobey her and just keep playing just because
You're
she
gonna
did that.
show her.
That's right,
somehow
because
in my head.
So I don't need the gist of the text. I don't need the details of the text, but the text, suffice it to say, was something that obviously moved you
Struck
to
a
stop
chord.
gaming. Right?
Yes. And then I stopped.
What, Oscar? What did you
Struck a chord.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said chopped cord. I thought Oscar was using. I'm always like super. But Rob, I'm always super sensitive to Oscar like using jargon.
I know.
I always like to chop cord.
What
or
is it?
something, you know.
Or rage quit is what they call it in the PC gaming.
Oh,
world.
rage quit.
Thanks
I
for
like that.
giving me one.
Yes,
Thanks
that
for
is
giving
correct.
me Rage quit.
Rage quit will never result in victory.
That's what I wanted. Rage quit. That's it.
We have
Oh
the name
my
of the
God.
show,
What
which is
happened?
nice too.
He walked right off the golf course. He didn't have drinks with his friends. What? Well, it was a rage quit.
Technically, that's exactly what it is when you just leave the game.
Yep.
But the reasons you did were because you wanted to take care of things on the home front. How did it resolve itself?
We just calmed down naturally. We talked for about another hour.
Oh, so it was
And-
heavy. It was a heavy duty thing. That's why you didn't want to go into like detail, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's stuff beyond that.
We understand that.
Sure.
That's fine. I don't need that.
So-
I mean, it was funny. Do you get the funny of this? You get the
Yes.
funny that it's a grown man talking and screaming
Well-
at his mom and his Stop
Mom,
it, Rob.
where's the meatloaf?
Mom, do you have the De Niro clip?
Let me know what
Do you
she's
have the
doing
De
back
Niro
I think
clip?
I do. Yeah.
Please try to find the De Niro clip. We're going to play you. There is a movie. Have you ever? You probably haven't because you're too young.
No.
Have you seen the movie The King of Comedy with Jerry Lewis?
No.
And Robert De
No.
Niro.
No.
All right. Here's the way. This is that we for decades have been playing clips from this movie. This is an old movie, and Robert De Niro plays Rupert Pupkin, who lives in the basement, hangs out in the basement. He doesn't play video games. What he does is he has a fake TV talk show, and he has delusions of being a talk show host, and his mom is upstairs, and she's always pestering him for this.
I've heard the
and
clip.
she is trying to, are we going to get it, or am I just
think this
flapping
is
my
it.
gums?
I think
Hey,
this
Rupert,
is it.
before I forget, I really appreciate you meeting me for lunch. I know how busy
No,
you are,
that's
and
not
I'm
the one.
tired.
Doesn't
That's
it
not the
cut
one.
back and forth with the mom
It
yelling
might.
at him?
Let's
What are
listen.
friends
Let's
for,
listen.
Jerry?
I don't know.
You're talking about schedule. You're the one who looks tired. Yeah, I know. It's the show. The pressure, the ratings, same guests, same questions. Just not enjoying it anymore. That's the worst. Listen, I really wish you would think about it again, okay?
You're starting again. You're starting up again.
Hey, it's not that big a deal to think. I'm asking you to just think.
First of all,
Hold on. Hold on.
Thank you
Let's
very
listen.
much
Turn yours
for your
down.
help at the office and for passing this on to Jerry. I appreciate it more than you know.
Now he's
Now,
in his
Jerry,
basement.
Before I begin, I just want to thank you for listening to this material
He's in
and
his
for
basement
the
right
opportunity
now.
you've given me. You know, lots of people think that guys like you know, people who've made it, lose their feeling for struggling young talent.
Now he's got a set in his basement, and he's talking to that.
People are just cynics, embittered.
You know, we're both fuck ups. Okay, forget it. Let's get back in. You know, come on, Rob. God damn, have
can
those
you
ready.
give
We're
us
gonna
the
do this
gist?
segment. All right. His mother yells down to him, and we don't have it. So,
And she yell- and he yells
that's
back
It. That's
up. He
the
yells at
gist
his
of
mom.
it. That's,
Okay.
that's what it is. So anyway, so what happened?
I went to bed. After we had the conversation, it kind of died down slowly, and I went to bed thinking that was resolved, not knowing Oscar or anyone else knew a thing.
So you went to bed without knowing that it went out over the video gaming
Correct.
Environment. Okay.
And then I wake up tomorrow, I start watching this show on the
Oh,
Ustream,
isn't that sweet that he watches when he's not?
That's cool. I like that. I like that.
and all of a sudden, like in the last break, I hear Oscar mention that he heard that.
That jerk.
And that surprised me, because I had no idea. So then we started the tech conversation that he brought up yesterday.
And the comedy find of the year, making his television debut, Rupert Pupkin, the new king of comedy.
Rupert! Are you crazy?
Say
What's the
hello
matter
to
with you?
Jerry.
People are sleeping. Lower it. What's the matter with you?
Mom!
That's That's it. Okay.
That's what that was.
Yes.
I could
That's
not have
what that
gone
was.
into the weekend
Mike,
without having that.
That's
and finding
exactly
that.
what we heard
The rage.
online.
The
The
rage.
rage that was there was De Niro-esque.
Mom!
That's it.
It was.
Hold on.
Lower it.
I like when he shuts his cassette tape off right here.
What's the matter with you?
He shuts it.
Mom!
Take it easy. Lower it.
I'm not going to lower it. I have to do this now.
I don't mind you playing it, but lower it.
Oh my God! Who hasn't been there?
With Robert De Niro living in his basement. His mom upstairs.
Remember, I lived in my parents' house like on and off till I was 31. So
Right.
I have been everywhere this young man has been.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the new king of gaming, it's Mac McIntosh.
So, but you're not deluded. You play games because you like it, but it occupies a lot of your time. And so, is everything cool now? Are you? How freaked out were you about this coming up on the show?
I was more just angry at Oscar because I did tell him I don't want to talk about it. Then the very next show he brings it up.
No, I said, in my defense, I said Mike will probably forget about it. Mike didn't forget about it, and if
this is what I live for.
Yeah.
Moments
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
because it's funny and it's cute and it's innocent and you know what?
no one got hurt.
There's not a person in this room that probably hasn't had a fight with their mother. I mean,
Sure.
everybody does. That's what happens, and and so I'm glad you resolved it. And after this is all over, is everything okay on the home front?
Everything's okay on the home front, but I might strangle him.
Oh my
Wow.
God!
Strangle him.
That's
okay. Now,
that-
see, there's a smile.
That-
See,
yeah,
that's
there we
okay.
go. Yeah.
Flip him off. Say you might say,
Yeah.
Oscar will sacrifice himself for that.
Of
That's
course.
good.
Yeah, but I don't know
That's
why we're
okay.
applauding the fact that one thing that made him smile is the thought of killing Oscar.
Yeah.
Because that really wasn't.
happy.
Rob, lower it. Lower it, Rob.
Hey, I'm doing this thing here.
Lower it.
I
need
gotta
you to lower
do it, Mom! I'm doing my thing here.
Time block heard that.
And Oscar, did we cover all of it? Is
Yeah,
there
I
any other
liked
nugget?
the idea that, and this is how Mac was upset on multiple layers. One is that we heard him yelling at his mom, which is embarrassing to everybody, right?
Right.
But also that Mac is such a snob when he's PC gaming,
Right.
that he could not believe that he forgot to alt shift or whatever it is to mute his mic.
Yeah, I can't believe that someone that is so good at video games, and he's told us how good he
Yes.
is, would make such an elementary
And then he
error.
was alluding that we made that up. Like I just
Sure.
said, hey, I know you're going to fight with your mom. No,
Come
we heard it.
on!
We heard it.
Yeah.
And it just speaks to the need for more reasonably priced apartments and condos in the DC area.
That's right.
Like
'cause
he
Mac, I
doesn't
know
like
you-
driving at dusk. You
You know,
think
in
he's
my-
going to live alone?
That's true.
in my day, you could get out of the house a lot easier than kids can get out nowadays. That's a fact. That is a
True.
known fact. Thank you, the inflation train. But Mac, how did that go? You okay with that?
I'm okay.
All right.
I'm
Don't
all
be
right.
don't be such a tampon next time. Thank you. We're going to
Thank
take
you.
a break, and we will come back with Rob's little sounds. That's I think
That's
two.
two. That's two,
That's
Mike.
two.
Three's
Mac,
outta here.
Mac, look at me in the eye. You only get 12. We'll take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills on the Michael O'Mara Show.
This week on the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
All right, so Pony's going to what is the name of the festival?
Katsucon.
Festivals.
It's spelled Katsucon. Katsucon.
Katsucon.
Katsucon is an annual 3-day anime convention, and every time I see the word anime, I want to say anime.
What is some
what are you
cherished
buying?
item that you are searching for that you may buy at Kanamatsu?
I'm not sure yet because they
I'll
tend to
know
have-
it when I see it.
They tend to have really because this is coming from the guy who has an Elvis bathroom and an Elvis shop and Elvis everything.
There you go.
That's the same thing.
And guess what? Elvis is always fully clothed and over 18.
Yeah, but he's also dead.
Yeah. Well, I'm into that.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Television debut, Rupert Pupkin, the new king of comedy.
Rupert, are you crazy?
Say
What's
hello
the matter with
to
you?
Gary.
People are sleeping. Lower it. What's the matter with you?
Mom!
Take it easy. Lower it.
I'm not going to lower it. I have to do this now.
I don't mind you playing it, but lower it.
How long since you've seen the film?
Too long.
Yeah.
Too long. I can watch it. I might try to find it on the plane. I really might try to find it Wi-Fi.
I've never seen it.
Really?
I have to see it.
It's fantastic film.
It's
Dark,
spectacular, Oscar. It's that good. It would probably, and I can't tell you whether it holds up because I haven't seen it in so long, but I think it would probably hold up.
And it
Welcome
will
back to the
change
Michael
your
Mara
opinion
Show.
of Jerry Lewis, I think.
Brought to you by Amazon. It's Jerry Lewis. I think the best thing he's ever done.
Clearly,
because it's
clearly.
really the guy. It's the real guy. I believe it was the Beatles who once said, "Help, I need somebody. Help, not just anybody." Here's a little known fact. In that song, John Lennon was trying to get the fans to shop through the Beatles' Amazon portal and help the band because they weren't doing well.
That's right.
Well, the Beatles have broken up. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. They no longer have an Amazon portal, but we do. So please us. The next time you go to Amazon, access it through our Amazon portal. We need your help.
Yes.
Thank you. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it's the best and easiest way for you to support TMOS. We'll get by if we have a little help from our friends.
No!
Go to MikeOMaraShow.com/Amazon. Click the Amazon button on our website, or use the TMOS app and click on the shopping cart. Remember, we'll get by with a little help from our friends. Thank you very much. Very good. Now, without further ado, let's open up the audio vault, and we will get Rob's little sounds for everybody today.
Little
Go ahead,
sounds.
Rob.
Mike, I've got pretty little sounds for you, and sometimes I get so excited when I bring in something for the audio vault, I'll actually play it for Pony before the show because I'm busting at the seams. I believe it was on yesterday's show that we played a little bit of this.
Nobody!
Your classic performance as Captain Hook.
Thank you.
And we don't need to go through it again because I think a lot of listeners are familiar with it, and we played it on yesterday's show. We have a wonderful P1. He's a voice actor and a very talented guy. He's done promos for us. His name is Mike Pollock. And I don't know how he turned this so fast.
He's
but
amazing.
He sent this, Mike. This is a parody record that I think you will enjoy. It's called Captain Mike.
He's the greatest broadcaster of all time. Who's the grease man?
Nobody!
Who's Scott Shannon?
Nobody!
Who's Bob Wine?
Nobody!
Who's the goofiest guy in the world?
Captain Mike! Captain Mike!
Oh, God.
Who's the prince of his podcast all over the world?
Captain Mike!
Oh, my God.
Captain Mike!
Fan of Jack Cassidy, banter and quips, like saying S a D and sometimes replacing his hips. Who busts Spiewak and Santana's balls?
Captain Mike! Captain Mike!
Who is sizable, not despisable, whose impressions are quite recognizable, who's the loveliest, luckiest, largest loudmouth we like.
Loudmouth we like! Whether happy or mad!
He's still Michael O'Mara's dad.
His show is the best!
Code TMOS. Mike!
Mike! Mike! Mike! Mike! Mike! Mike! Mike! Mike! Mike!
Oh,
Michael!
wow.
So great.
That was sweet. Thank you. That makes my week.
Fantastic. No.
Oh, my God. That's
And now-
great. Sizable was my favorite. Sizable. Quite
But rhymes
sizable.
it, his impressions are quite recognizable.
That was my favorite part.
I like
right there.
that. And
you know, that type, when somebody's doing that, it's embarrassing to hear it. So the more the ball busting, the more I like it.
But
so,
you know,
that was
it's
fantastic.
so it's so over the top great. You should really be honored. I think it's so awesome.
Honored is the right word.
That
yeah.
Thank
people
you.
spend that kind of time.
That's fun.
That was for you, Oscar. This is for you. A great story. Matt Damon was on the James Corden show last night, and apparently he and Will Arnett, who we discussed earlier this week, voice of Lego Batman,
Yes.
they're both into online gaming like you guys.
Ooh.
And this is a very funny story he told about online gaming with Will Arnett.
I heard the story before I met Will of what's one of my favorite stories of them playing and all these grown men, you know, and they're connected by headsets.
Yes.
Right. So they're in their own houses, but they're all connected and they're all on like the same kill team to get
Right.
Call of Duty, right? And they get in these arguments with like 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Right? And so John told me about this one time where Will obviously has a very distinctive voice, and some kid was mouthing off, and they got into an actual argument. Now, grown man, little boy, full argument.
Yeah.
And finally, like, Will says, "That's it. I've had enough of you." And the kid goes, "Is this Will Arnett?" All you heard is click, 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 click. All the adults like hanging up, ripping their headsets off.
How embarrassing to be recognized on the game by
Sounds
your
like
voice.
you boys are in good company.
Well,
That's
he
pretty
raged out and became Batman.
He did.
That's great.
Or at least
And Will
Joe.
Arnett.
Yeah.
I mean, Will Arnett has one of the most distinctive voices in Hollywood, so it'd be tough to hit for him to get on there.
I've heard a couple long form interviews with him lately. He's a really funny guy. I mean, really, he's a good
He's
actor.
always been funny. I'd like to, for some strange reason, I'd like to see Will Arnett in a buddy comedy with Mayhem, the actor that plays Mayhem.
Yes, I think that would work.
Yes,
I'd like to see those two
Smart.
guys. They're kind of similar, but
Fun.
they play brothers. They play brothers.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Maybe half brothers.
Step brothers.
Half brothers. Right.
News report coming out of Dulles Airport. This actually comes from, I believe, Channel 2 in Baltimore. This is a trouble with people coming in with Mongolian horse meat, Mike.
Customs agents in Dulles seized more than 40 pounds of horse meat from the luggage of two women. Now, the meat includes 13 pounds of horse genitals. It was found concealed inside juice boxes. Oh. Yeah. The women were traveling from Mongolia and claimed the genitals were for medicinal purposes. A couple of years ago, rumors swept. Remember that? Eating horse meat? You keep away the N1.
H1N1.
Yeah. The agents incinerated the meat.
They put the genitals in juice boxes, Mike. And
Wow.
I would like to just, if I could, boil that story down to this short clip.
Horse genitals. Oh. Yeah.
Do it again.
Okay.
Give it to us again.
Horse genitals.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's one guy. Yeah.
Juice boxes, yeah.
I'm just.
Horse
Is anybody?
genitals. Oh. Yeah.
Is anybody making the disconnect like I am with horse genitals, juice boxes? I think juice boxes small, horse genitals big, right?
Yeah.
Chopped up.
Juice boxes are like little tiny
Squares.
chopped up. That
Yeah.
makes me
crates.
goosebumps on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how they smuggle drugs as well.
Druggle
Yeah.
smugs. That's right.
In horse genitals.
In juice boxes.
Inside, it's
Right.
like a s'mores.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
I got my Capri Sun all over me.
yeah. Well, since it's horse genitals, you know what the only fitting punishment is?
What?
Hang them.
You know what? I can't top that.
They should be hung.
Hey, they are. That's your magic audio vault. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have a good
Way to
trip,
go.
Mike.
I like to do that on my own show. That's great when I get that at the end. That's fantastic. Hey, we want to thank Sean Greenwood from Ben and Jerry's. It's benjerry.com for everything Ben and Jerry with all the new stuff. You can find out about everything they are doing in the world as well. Thanks for joining us. Our snail mail address, Box 32101, Washington, D.C., 20007. If you want to send a birthday or message for our weekly mailbag segment, it's Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And Mac, thank you.
You're welcome, Mike.
My pleasure. For Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana, and our executive producer,
That was great.
Tony Boyd Blum.
Mom, I gotta do this now.
This is Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for your favorite part of the day, the Mike O'Mara Show. Rob, there will be a clip from me at the conclusion of the broadcast. Bye-bye,
Bye
everybody.
so long.
Ciao, ciao.
Ta-ta.
One last thing. Please remember that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is the best way to shop for anything and everything. So, shop Amazon and get there through our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Now, go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
That was my fault. Sorry.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Thank you.